All right, let's talk banking. I mean, remember when you actually had to go to the bank, rush over on your lunch break before it closed? Well, today, your bank is basically open 24/7, and it lives right here in your pocket. So how on earth did that happen? Let's get into it.
Yeah, seriously, how did our banks break out of these big old stone and marble buildings and end up as an app on our phones? This isn't just a story about technology. Really, it's a story about access and how the very idea of a bank has completely transformed.
Now, this whole revolution didn't just happen overnight. It started with a couple of key technologies that gave us all our very first taste of freedom from having to wait in line for a teller.
And here they are. First, you had the telephone, which basically put a banker right in your ear whenever you needed one. And then came the ATM, which put a mini bank right on your street corner. You could say these two were really the pioneers of remote finance.
Think about it. Telephone banking was a total game changer. All of a sudden, you had 24/7 access to a real human being who could help you with pretty much anything, transferring funds, reporting a lost card, you name it. It was personalized service, but on your terms and on your time.
And then came the ATM. This was huge because it really empowered us to manage our own money. We could get cash, make deposits, check our balances whenever we wanted. This was really the birth of financial self-service as we know it today.
Okay, so those were big steps, for sure. But the internet, well, that was a giant leap. It didn't just extend the bank's reach, it completely blew up the old definition of what a bank even was.
So, what do we even mean by internet banking? Well, it's pretty much the magic that lets you do all your banking stuff from your laptop, your tablet, or your phone, no matter where you are in the world.
And this grid here breaks it down perfectly. Just look, on one axis you've got the platforms, web and app, and on the other you've got the devices, fixed like your desktop computer, and mobile. And boom, right there you have the four quadrants of modern digital banking.
Okay, so that brings us to this big question. Web versus app. Are they just two different flavors of the same thing? Nope, not at all. They're actually two very different tools, designed for two very different jobs.
Let's start with web banking. You can think of this as your financial command center. It's got all the bells and whistles, all the power, right there in your browser.
I mean, with web banking, you can really do it all. You can manage loans, track complex investments, set up big wire transfers. It's really built for the heavy lifting that needs a big screen and a keyboard.
And then, of course, you've got app banking. Now, if web banking is the command center, the app is more like your secret agent out in the field. Fast, efficient, and always on the move with you.
App banking is just all about speed and simplicity, isn't it? You can check your balance, pay a friend back for lunch, get instant alerts, all with just a couple of taps. It's designed to be a totally seamless experience for your life on the go.
So here's a quick side-by-side. You can see web banking is the powerful do-everything tool that's designed for comprehensive tasks. App banking, on the other hand, is the sleek, streamlined tool that's perfect for your day-to-day personal finance needs.
On a more technical level, web banking is built to work on pretty much any browser, right out of the box. But an app has to be specifically designed and developed for your exact phone. So what's the bottom line? Well, the right tool really depends on who you are and what you need to get done. And that's a huge strategic choice for banks when they're deciding where to put their money and resources.
So that kind of begs the question, right? If apps are so convenient and slick, why do big businesses almost always stick with web banking?
Well, it really comes down to three big reasons. First, businesses need really complex tools. Things like treasury management or sending out hundreds of payments at once. Second, they're usually doing their banking at a desk, not on a bus. And third, they need extra layers of security, like physical hardware tokens, which are just a lot easier to integrate into a powerful web platform.
So you see, it was never really about web versus app. The reality is that it's web and app working together inside this new modern banking ecosystem.
The best way to think about it is this. Your bank is no longer a single place you have to go to, like an old Blockbuster video store. It's become more like Netflix. It's a streaming service, right? A whole network of access points, the ATM, the phone, the website, the app, that all revolve around you and integrate right into your life.
And that really brings us to the final takeaway. It's not about choosing one channel over another. The goal is to have a seamless, secure, and totally integrated experience that's always with you, wherever you are. The bank left the building and moved right into your pocket. So the real question now is, where does it go next? With tech like AI and embedded finance getting smarter every day, does banking just get more convenient, or does it become something more, like a true financial partner? Now that is the next chapter in the story.